Good morning, YouTube familia. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. And we are feeling good, you guys. How are you feeling? Is everyone doing good? Or great? And even if you're not, that's okay. I like to use the phrase, this too shall pass, because it does. We are gifted every day with a new, fresh day. And whatever we put our mind to from the start of the day is how it's going to be. So when we can control our minds and feed it thoughts that make us feel good, that's usually the outcome of the day. It kind of sets the tone, you know what I mean? I start the morning, literally, it's been like a routine and kind of a practice I've been trying to obtain, whereas like I wake up and I just say, thank you, God, for giving me another day, another chance to make it the best day I can. Even if that's just in my mind and nothing actually is going on differently. But it's the thoughts that we feed our brain, So we're currently making some breakfast. Today, there's nothing really on my plan, to be honest. Yesterday I did glutes and it was my last day of the week. So I'm technically only supposed to hit the weights again on Thursday. But, there's still steps and we're going to hit our macros and we're going to, I think, clean the house a little, to be honest. I feel like I need to get the house a little organized, because there's a lot of cooking going on over here. My kitchen has been so good to me lately, but yeah, it's been a lot. We've been really just making almost every single meal. No, not almost, every single meal at home. And now that Sul is on this mini prep with me, so it just makes me that much more excited to cook and gives me a purpose, not just for myself, So yeah, I'm really happy, you guys. And I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat. And I know I don't really show you my food because honestly it's so boring. Like I could be, this fancy chef but I like just the regular salt, pepper, eggs, chicken, rice, like nothing fancy, but it works for me at least. One less thing I have to think about, just following the plan and feeling really good. Like food to me is a blessing in all. So I know there's a bunch of choices out there and I like to stick to just what works and what makes me feel good, and to me it just tastes good. So it's very simple. I got 2 eggs, 2 egg whites, tortilla. I'll probably put some cottage cheese and that'll get me going. I also posted a little tip to give you guys, whoever is trying to start kind of their new year with maybe getting more serious about their body and their weight loss goals and starting a cut. And a cut means you're intentionally trying to cut off fat and not muscle necessarily. So that's why they call it a cut, because there's a layer over your muscles and that's fat usually. And that's probably why they're not as visible. So when you cut the fat, intentionally just the fat, it means you're eating very high protein. You might not be eating so many carbs on rest days, but carbs are definitely good and they are our friends, you guys. So don't be scared of that. But basically I wanted to reiterate what I said yesterday about just even, forget the food. Let's start with just making sure you have a daily step count. So, and like steps can be done in your house, So the moment you kind of add a little more of some kind of a little bit of activity especially if you're a person who sits at your work for a lot of the time of your day, or in the car or whatever. If you make sure that you got, I like to say 10,000. I would even start maybe at like 8,000, okay? And make sure you're doing that every day. Before you start cutting out food and this and that, I would just dial in your daily steps. That's step one. And tip number 2 would to be literally focusing on protein in every meal. 3-4 meals a day, but they should be protein conscious, and yeah, like 70-80% of the meal should be protein. Okay, so that's tip number 2. Now, protein is fish, meat, chicken, eggs. Cottage cheese has a lot. There's like protein yogurts, there's protein shakes. I love protein shakes, you guys. That's just me. Not everyone loves it, but honestly, I also love it because I think it tastes good, and it's a good way to get your protein in without having to make a meal. There's nothing wrong with protein shakes. What else has protein? Yeah, we said fish, chicken, meat, any fish, any meat, any chicken, all flies, eggs. You can have eggs all day long if you want. So yeah, that's tip number 2. And as this video keeps going, we're gonna add in more tips, and hopefully you guys are feeling inspired. It's 2026, you guys. It's already almost the end of January too, so we gotta lock in, all right? We're locked in. We are booked for Thailand, and I am so excited. I also ordered a few dresses, so once that comes, maybe I'll show you. You guys can help me pick one. We're going to attend a wedding there. I'm really excited. And I'm gonna be in a bikini a lot of the time, so we have a pool, like in our suite room, whatever, there's like pool access, so I am so excited. I am done with the winter, you guys. I'm just done. I'm done always being cold. I'm actually standing right next to my little heater right now because I'm cold. All right, let's leave it at that. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and hopefully there's another clip, and it's not just me rambling, but hey, we're here together. Sometimes you need to hear someone's voice to say, keep going. Just keep going. The moment a bad thought comes in your head, or like, oh, I can't do that, there's no time, blah, 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 stop. Stop right there and say, we got this. We did it before, we can do it again. I am not special, I'm just consistent. I actually took that from a different YouTuber, because that's a really good line. Honestly, I'm not special, I'm just consistent. And when you're consistent, hard work pays off. It really does. And we just gotta keep going, you know? Because we're always learning. There's always something to learn. All right, I'm gonna cap it at that. Peace and love. So you guys, same old, same old. I got 2 eggs, 2 egg whites on a tortilla. We're gonna put some cottage cheese. I'm excited. All right, guys. We finally got out of our PJs and into, well, I'm gonna put another layer on me, but this is what I'm gonna wear to the sauna, because we're gonna get sweaty anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Woo, 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 woo. See you there. All right, you guys, so we made it out the house to the sauna, and I will say that this is the 3rd session in a row, but it literally just feels natural. Like I want to go. It just feels so good. So when you stay consistent, you end up reaping the rewards of just feeling good, you know, and reaping the rewards. But it's a process. It takes the first intention of making the change. If it's a small little habit change, if it's adding some steps to your day, you know, even if you sit at like a job and you have to go to work and blah, 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 you are definitely owed a little break, and you're owed, you know, 8 out of 8 hours. It is okay to prioritize yourself when you have a break, when you have lunch, when you need a little second to get up and get some fresh air. And you are an adult, you know, you can do that. You set the standard. I know there's a boss, like, you know, watching you, but if you make that normal, because it does good to your body, it does good to your brain, you're just going to end up being a better worker. And your boss will have to say, okay, you know, go for that walk. You need to set the standard if you really want something. So that brings me to say that if you really want to get yourself in better shape, even if it's a little, or just create better habits, then you are more than owed that. If you won't tell yourself that you owe it to yourself, then who's going to, who's going to do it for you? It's just going to be this floating thought in the back of your mind. But it's actually, if we're being realistic, I know that everyone wishes and wants to do these things for themselves. They might be in an environment or have family, have other commitments where their time is very valuable, and I get that, and busy. But again, if you don't set that standard as you, as a human, for what you need, it's never going to happen. Like, let's be real. So set your standard, you know? And I promise you, it's going to be so worth it. So, yeah, let's close this lovely video of me rambling with, you got this. And I'm here. Whether you're enjoying following my journey or you're enjoying just listening, I'm here to keep going and keep showing up for all of you, for myself, because it feels good. And it's been like a year now, close to a year, I think, that I've been, no, not a year, but I've been posting more consistently and just documenting my journey. And it's nice. It's very nice. Truly, the support, the views, even if I get just a few views, I feel good in my heart that someone heard a valuable message for the day. And even if it's just me sharing my thoughts, because I truly I'm an optimist. I'm definitely an optimist. I don't like to look at the cup half empty. I like to look at life as on the fuller side. And, I do have my own story. Things that people don't know about me. But I really am choosing to take life experiences as experiences and lessons, and continue to try to make my life what I would love it to be, what I want it to be. And I just want to say that I have gone through a lot, and I've never been so happy and so fulfilled. And getting the chance to be doing what I love every day with the love of my life, my soulmate, my fiance, soon to be married, planning our beautiful wedding. Feels so good. And I thank you all for watching. We'll have more tips on how to cut the fat, but I like to, it's a slow and steady, start with one habit, try it for a week. If it works, great, add on another one, and stacking these little habits will end up to great results. Whether that's mentally, whether it's physically, if you have a little bit of belief in yourself, you can do it. So I'm gonna leave it here. I'm almost at the sauna, enjoying my walk, trying to actually make it slower and slower every time. But in a city like this, where I live, it's very easy to feel like I have to rush everywhere. But I am deciding to not let my environment take control of me. So with that said, I love you all. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I truly thank you for all the support. And hope you have an amazing day. Tomorrow we have a check-in with Coach. I know I've been saying I'm going to show you my pictures, but I've been sneaking, my thumbnails are my check-in photos. But we are on the path, we are on track, we are feeling so good. Let's do this. Bye.